Ahoy mates, Julie here, and welcome to Wednesday's episode of The Boaters TV. First up today, here's what's making a splash in nautical news. Media sources in the United Kingdom are reporting that the Earthrace project, an attempt to break the world record for circumnavigating the globe in a powerboat, only in this case a powerboat run on 100% renewable biodiesel fuel, has received a big thumbs up, and possibly more, from well-known adventurer, environmentalist, and pretty darn financially well-endowed British mega-entrepreneur and my personal hero, Sir Richard Branson. Earthrace is an Auckland, New Zealand-based charitable trust led by skipper Pete Bethune. He and his crew, there's 4 of them total, have been making a run at the current circumnavigation via powerboat record of 75 days, set by British Boat Cable and Wireless back in 1998. The Earthrace crew believe they can do it in 65. If the bid succeeds, it will be the first time an official UIM, that's the Union Internationale Motornautique, powerboat world record has been broken using only renewable fuel. The B100 biodiesel fuel Earthrace is using is made from vegetable oils and animal fat and only emits around 20% of the CO2 given off by conventional diesel. But we're told it is equally efficient, allowing the boat to reach speeds of up to 40 knots. And Sir Richard Branson took a 45-minute trip aboard the 78-foot trimaran a couple weeks ago from St. Catherine's Dock in London along the Thames to Chelsea Harbour. As he stepped ashore, he told the BBC that he was looking at the project as one to get involved with and fund, calling it, quote, extremely worthwhile, and adding that he's a big supporter of biofuels and thinks it's important to raise awareness of how efficient they are. Many commentators are sure this means a sponsorship by Branson's Virgin name is on the horizon, but thus far, no checks have been written. Come on, Dick, show him the money! Branson's interest does, however, help boost the profile of the Earthrace project. Earthrace abandoned her first world record attempt on June 1st of this year, when after setting out from Barbados back in March, the boat was involved in a fatal collision with an unlit fishing boat off the Guatemalan coast. The Earthrace crew were detained for 10 days before eventually being cleared of any liability. She restarted her record attempt from San Diego, California on April 7th, but suffered substantial damage as she tracked from Malaga, Spain to Gibraltar before crossing the Atlantic. Now repaired and on an 18-month promotional tour to 40 cities, the Earthrace crew will begin their next attempt of this 24,000 nautical mile journey from Malaga, Spain in March 2008. And who knows? They'll quite possibly be bearing a big old Virgin logo on the side. For more information, you can visit their official website at www.earthrace.net. Next up, in our Ship Shape segment, we go over some boat maintenance and safety advice as we ask you to stop and consider your boat's hidden fire hazards. Sniffers and bilge blowers are a must for any boat, but it's usually little unexpected things that can send a boat ablazing. Boating writers Gordon and Janet Graney suggest you seek out and snuff out these sneaky fire starters that may be lurking where they could do real harm to your boat, or worse, your family. To begin, let's talk wiring. According to Boat US, more than half of all boat fires start in electrics. So check your boat's wiring often. Fix any wire that is frayed, and then fix the reason it chafed in the first place. Next, battery chargers, converters, and inverters can light your fire, and purchasing the automotive stuff is not the way to go because it often can't stand the gaff at sea. Get marine quality goods and hook them up to marine specifications. To prevent reignition of an electrical fire, hit the main battery switch or AC breakers. If fires restart after your extinguishers are used up, it's curtains for you. And speaking of curtains, fluttering paper and fabrics in the galley are a main cause of fires. Be sure to keep flammables well away from the stove and never leave a galley stove unattended. Beyond hot wires, we look at engine and transmission overheat as major fire dangers, and this is usually because of clogged intakes and passages or a failed pump impeller. Keep screens and cooling passages clear, and check impellers regularly for signs of softening or distortion. Any fuel leak is an immediate danger, and that includes diesel. Delivered under intense pressure, diesel fuel spews great distances. Even a pinhole leak soon saturates the entire boat, and once lit, it's almost impossible to extinguish. We are warned to check our fuel tanks and connections often for leaks, corrosion, or rust. And lastly, before leaving your boat, turn off everything that should be turned off and take oily cleaning rags with you for proper disposal. Very useful advice. And finally, in today's Ship of Fools segment, we found the next story so amusing you might say it had us busting up laughing. Sean Custis of The Sun Online recently reported that two British sailing stars, Steve Morrison and Ben Rhodes, entered the prestigious Scandia Sail for Gold Regatta in Weymouth in Portland, England, an event organized by the Royal Yachting Association, but were told by organizers they were not allowed to compete unless they changed the name of their boat. Apparently, they were getting lots of complaints, and as the event is attended by many youth sailors, their 49er Skiff's moniker was deemed inappropriate for the eyes and ears of children, and probably offensive to many adults. So, what had these world champion sailors named their boat that was so preposterous? Wait, I can't say it on the air. What if kids are watching?
Kids don't watch the show, Julie.
That's not true. My niece and nephew watch this show. I don't want to have them hear me say Jackie Big. Wait, you'll bleep me out, right? Good. I don't want that ruining my squeaky clean image, having me say Jackie Big. Anyway, with regard to the offenders, Morrison and Rhodes, this well-known 49er two-man skiff duo just so happened to be nominated that same week to represent Great Britain in the Olympic Games. The pair and Jackie Big, that's their boat, remember, were even featured on the front page of the Team Great Britain Olympics website for a while. The team said they named the boat after a song by the Kooks. And they added they've always named their boats after songs. Past boats have been called Brittany, I'm assuming a reference to Ms. Spears, and Sally Cinnamon. They may be heading into the Olympic Games, but to me, they sound like a couple of boobs. Do you bleep out? And that's a wrap on today's episode of The Boaters TV. We'll see you back here on Friday. And until then, safe and happy boating to you all. Take care. This episode of The Boaters TV has been brought to you by the word prop, which is a slang term for the word propeller. And on the Boaters.com online social community for boaters, it is a way of showing appreciation for boats you like. Here's a prop.